Meet me after slashing your wrist, or at the end if you so insist. I'm persistent when told to cease and desist with this blasphemous shit.
Hello, Shirley. I will say hello, Shirley. You can say hello, Shirley. I will say hello, Shirley. You can say hello, Shirley. I will say hello, Shirley. You should say hello, Shirley. Name that tune. Hey, do you remember Tricia? Oh my God. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was fucking dead or something. She just disappeared. And then that beanhead Jeremy Carl took her place. Started exploiting man. But Tricia, she's back. She's not even back. She's in America, bro. She's in America. And do you know what's mad? Considering she ain't been on our TV screens for like 50 years, she looks younger now. They must have some special water over there, mate. So yeah, let's see what she's up to these days. But check it. We're not fucking about with this first one. I'm so excited. Are you ready? I'm devastated my girls date black men. Not bad. Yeah, bro, this is gonna be exciting. Let's see how this goes.
Today on Tricia. This woman hates the fact that both of her daughters are dating black men.
I am not a racist. I just don't approve my daughters dating or marrying outside their race.
My mom deleted me from Facebook when she found out I was pregnant. She didn't want her friends to know that I was having a black baby.
And it's not just blacks. I would not want them with Jamaicans. I would want them with anyone.
What is this doing to her children?
You haven't been giving him a chance from day one. You've never invited us over for a meal.
She shows up and I'm there.
Oh, hi. How you doing?
Like this, you know.
But we don't even have a relationship anymore. We don't talk anymore.
We don't talk anymore.
I need to answer after you.
You're breaking this family apart.
And her grandchildren.
Mixed breeds are not my family, and now we have a black baby on the way. When Cynthia called me and told me she was pregnant, it made me totally sick to my stomach.
I don't look forward to my mom holding my child for the first time.
I don't have to accept it and I won't accept it.
This young man hates black people.
They're always out to rob. They have that smell to them, and I do not like.
But he's biracial.
Does your own skin color bother you?
Yeah. Sometimes my friends call me the N-word to aggravate me and get under my skin. That doesn't even apply to me. I'm a white male, period.
And his mom is married to a black man.
I hate that my mother married a black guy. They're abusive. They treated my mom like crap.
Every time you get mad at me, I'm mother and my husband.
Well, she abandoned me for black men that had the drugs and the money to take care of her habit.
What do you think of black men in general?
Lazy. Rob, steal.
Today on Tricia.
Is that not the best intro you've ever seen in your fucking life? Yes! This is gonna be so sick! It's gonna be so sick. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. That you, bruv. Shit like that normally comes from lack of exposure to half your identity. I don't like it though, bruv. Like, when you just hear shit, like when you hear a white person be racist over a mixed race person, internalized racism, I'm more offended by the white person. But when I physically see it, that mixed race person triggers me, bro. Because there's one on TikTok, some prick. Like, I had respect for him because he's a young dude, he's getting his hustle on, like, he's getting his money in, like, he's doing his thing. I respect him. He's a player, but he doesn't hide that he's a player. Like, literally, when he chats to a new girl, the first thing he says, "You want to hold that wood?" Like, he's not hiding the shit. So, kudos. But then he was chatting to one white dude, his friend, and you could tell he was looking for his friend's approval when he was talking about a date he had. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm dating a black girl. But no, she's not like one of them Didier Drogba ones." Bro, there's issues there, bro. There's issues there. But if there's a mixed breed, I've never heard someone say that before. And do you know what's crazy? Do you know what's fucking crazy? That's my first rap name. Don't judge, man.
This is Casey. Now, Casey is here today because she says she's disgusted that her beautiful white daughters, Cynthia and Ashley, are dating these black men, John and James. Now, Casey's claiming she's not racist, but she openly admits that she became sick to her stomach when she found out that her daughter, Cynthia, was pregnant with her black fiancé's baby. Because Casey believes...
Right. It's happening, I guess, less and less now. But back in the day, most of us mongrels were born into maybe not necessarily traditionally racist families, but definitely very prejudiced, ignorant, you know? It's the times. Kind of, it's not nice, but you kind of get it. But normally what happens is they're furious if it's their daughter that's bringing one in. They're furious that the daughter's bringing in a brown baby and all that crap. But then when they actually see the baby, normally they're like, oh. You know, it normally starts to soften them. Normally. It's not guaranteed. But we are the bridge to gap. If everyone was mixed race, the world would be so beautiful. I don't mean black and white, just two different cultures. It's such a blessing. It's such a blessing. You get to see both sides. You're not just a tourist. You get to, like, my mum's a dickhead, but I'm super proud to be Scottish. Like, her influence has got nothing to do with my pride of my culture. You know what I mean?
The races shouldn't mix. And Casey admits she doesn't even like seeing whites and blacks walking down the street together. So here's Casey's story.
I am not a racist. I just don't approve my daughters dating or marrying outside their race. Girl, I was not raised that way, and I was raised that you stay within your own race. When I look at them, it's not a pretty sight. My girls are beautiful, and I want to see them with white, attractive men. I think black people are different. The way they live, the way they act, the way they talk. My daughter Ashley even tries to dress like a black. She wears the do-rag, she wears the long shorts. She even tries talking like a black. One day Ashley pulled up in my driveway and she had that rat crap going so loud I couldn't even think. And she had the babies in the car. I don't want my grandbabies listening to that rat crap. When Cynthia called me and told me she was pregnant, it made me totally sick to my stomach. I feel like my daughters have forgot the way I raised them, and I do not appreciate the way they live. Mixed breeds are not in my family, and now we have a black baby on the way.
So, Casey, you're here why today?
This episode is not disappointing, bro. So, clearly she considers me an abomination. What do you reckon she'll see first? If I walked in with one of her daughters, what do you reckon she'll see first? Do you reckon she'll see my skin first or the tattoos first? What do you see first? Bro.
Well, my daughters brought me on TV to get my feelings out.
And what are your feelings about their fiancés or their partners?
Well, I'm not happy with the choices that they've made in their lives.
Right, like the partners they've chosen?
Yes.
Who would you have loved to have seen your daughters with?
I would love to see my daughters. Can we go to bed?
Are you really upset about this? Are you? What's so upsetting? What's so upsetting?
What is it Americans say? The Fucking caucasity. This cheeky bitch. Why is she crying? She garnering for sympathy? Is she gonna appreciate receiving sympathy from Tricia?
What's the matter? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? Are you worried that because I'm black?
No,
You don't want to tell me how you... No, because... I tell you why. Because... No, I'm genuinely interested, and we've done a series on race, and I wouldn't have invited you here if I didn't want to hear what you say. I don't have to agree with everything you say, but this is America, and you have a right to free speech, don't you, Barry? Now, you obviously love...
Oh, she played that smart. Oh, she played that smart. If you ever want to get an American involved, just mention, like, America. Yeah! They get emotional instantly, innit?
Let me just tell you something. I shouldn't maybe reveal this, but I will. When we did the interviews with your daughters, both of them were absolutely glowing about what a fantastic mom you were when they were growing up, and you were there for them and everything. And, you know, and I think you love them very much. What worries you about them having black partners? Do you think people are going to look down on them or judge them?
Yes, I think people look down.
Yeah. Do you think they'll judge you as well? Do you feel...
No, I don't think I would be judged. No, absolutely not. I think they will be judged throughout their life.
Yeah. And you said, which daughter did you say tries to talk black?
Ashley, she tries to talk black. She tries to act it.
Dress it?
She dresses it. I don't think she realizes it, you know, because she's been with John quite a while, but...
What kind of things does she wear where you think, oh my God? You know, because you...
Well, one of the big things is she likes her do-rags, you know, and she'll put her the do-rag on, and like she's just got beautiful hair, and like she came over one day and she had a do-rag on, and I'm like, Ashley, I said, honey, I said, you've got beautiful hair.
Yeah. So, and she's chosen now. Ashley's partner is John.
Yes.
You gotten to know him well?
I can't say I've gotten to know him really well. I mean, we've been together very briefly at times, you know, but it seems like, honestly, since Ashley has got to know John, our relationship has kind of separated a little bit.
Do they
kind
come
of
over,
distant.
Do they come over for dinner, or you go over to theirs for dinner?
No. So no, we don't have that family type atmosphere.
Is he a nice guy? Is
John is very nice.
So what's the problem with him? His colour?
Well, it's to me, John and James are a very nice guy. I have nothing really bad to say about them. They're just different culture.
When you look at, you know, I'm talking stereotypically, but the black male, what does that bring up in your mind?
It's just not a pretty sight. It's just not
black
pretty.
and white.
Yes.
Together, not pretty.
Right. I mean, I can, you know, be out and about and see a black and white couple, and it's not even pretty. And I just always wanted my daughters with.
Did you see how her eye went? She said, I could be out and about, see a black and white couple, and then her eyes went... Watch.
White professional men.
So these guys aren't professional, not pretty?
Right. I mean, I can, you know, be out and about and see a black and white couple, and it's not even pretty. And I just always wanted my daughters with white professional men.
So these guys aren't professional, or do they have jobs? Or?
Oh, yes, both of them, they work. You know, they have jobs and everything. But it's just like, I was just raised in a small town. I was taught you stay within your own race. Yeah. And I just would have never thought my daughters would do this.
Do you feel like that almost they've done it to you, like a rebellion?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder, you know, are you getting back at Mama after all the years, you know, that I tried to keep them within the race? Yeah. You know, because Cynthia at a younger age, she was sneaking out of the house and seeing a Hispanic guy.
To give it to her, at least she's being consistent. Do you know what's amazing? Going back to the caucasity of her. She keeps looking at the crowd as she's saying this vile shit. As if she's saying, oh, so, you know, what are these kids like? I mean, she was stealing $10 out of my purse, you know. Rebellious kids. No, that's not this conversation, babe. You've literally called me an abomination like 12 fucking times. I'm not even there. But America, yeah.
Guy kind of put me through.
What did you do?
Well, it was just devastating to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you haul her home? What did you do?
I took everything away from her and grounded her and did everything else, and then she
Is
thought,
she not
what have I
doing
got
that?
to lose? So
Going from there, from Hispanic
Yeah.
kind of down the color thing.
yeah, one night she stunk out, and that's something else I would have never thought about growing up because I just didn't do stuff like that.
It's changed.
And
I can't believe she's talking to the audience like her daughter's stealing out of her purse. My Christ. She just said something. That was fucking brilliant. I'm going to cut it in.
I read the manual on how to profile possible terrorists, but it was really confusing. So I got this at the hardware store. I'm questioning anybody that falls between Swiss almond and coconut husk. Nah, he's all right. Stay out of the sun, fella. You're on the bubble.
Stay out of the sunlight, fella. My Name is Elle has a scene for absolutely everything. Every situation. I love that program. Oh, this woman's amazing. She's not changing. She's not changing. She's not changing.
Time to change.
Yes.
So tell me about Cynthia. We've talked about Ashley. Cynthia and James. What's James like? You know him?
James is I've been around James a little bit. Cynthia and James live in Colorado.
So when's the last time you saw him?
It's been 2 years.
And she's pregnant now. How'd you feel about
pregnant.
that?
Cynthia's
Little black
gonna have a
grandbaby.
beautiful little black boy.
Yeah.
You know,
how does that make you feel though?
It's hard to accept the.
Sorry, I keep interrupting this, but I am fucking loving the way Tricia is handling her. She's got no clue. Tricia has hit it like, I'm just your friend in the hairdressers. Like, she's forgetting she's talking to a black girl, bless her. Like, if Tricia was hostile, like, what the fuck do you mean? Do you get what I mean? But she's like, is it crazy that she went out with a Mexican? And she's like, yeah, you get me, don't you? Nah, bro.
The cultured baby coming into the family, because I have a very large family and there's not one black person in my family, and it's like trying to explain this to the family, you know.
You don't like the music.
I was the first.
Oh, I hate that rap crap.
You sent the picture you sent of us is it's an amazing picture of you on the beach and everything like that.
So why is she rapping it then?
And the
Rap
surf,
crap.
and I think we had that. Wow. Wow, that's some picture. Now you're pretty tan in that picture. Your grandchild's probably going to be lighter than that.
You know what? I have a granddaughter, Ashley's little girl. She's 4.
But you could pass for a biracial woman with blonde hair extensions.
You think?
You're pretty damn dark, lady.
That was just taken this last summer.
What if people thought you had a little black in you?
I'd say easy.
So what happens when Cynthia gives birth? Are you going to be there?
It's going to be just in a few months, and I don't know that I'll be able to make it down there.
This is going to be the longest fucking episode, I'm sorry. She just said Yeezy. That's the way Kanye's got to you. Yeezy now. Yeezy. Is that coincidence? Oh no, I don't know what the Ebonics is like in America, but yo, that sounds a bit too coincidental for me, my guy.
And this is her 4th child, and this is going to be James' 1st child, and they do need that special moment. They need that special bonding.
What about if they get married? Will you get to be there?
Again, I can't say that I'll be there unless, you know, it's planned out and I have notice to close my business, and then I would possibly be there. Yes.
Are you racist?
No.
No.
No, I'm not.
No.
I mean, I just don't want my daughters being, and it's not just blacks. I wouldn't want them with. No, I would not want them with Jamaicans. I wouldn't want them with anyone. I mean, okay.
Jamaicans are black.
Well, I know, but there's something else too. There's more than black.
Yeah.
No, James.
Africans, no.
There's something else. Yes, do you know what they are? That little something else is called slave owner's possession DNA. Fuck's sake. Oh my God. She clocked the difference between Africans and West Indians without clocking why there's a difference. She is hilarious. She is hilarious.
No, like, come on. I mean, okay.
Jamaicans are black.
Well, I know, but there's something else too. There's more than black. No, oh, jeez.
Africans, no.
No, like
Puerto Ricans,
no, Chinese, no,
Arabs,
no, Asian,
Asians,
no. Just, I want my girls. Honestly, I would have thought my girls would have ended up with a sexy, hot, white professional guy, and they've made their choice. And do I accept it? No.
You don't.
Will I accept it? No. But you know what? I will have to live with it.
Okay.
What the fuck is everyone clapping for? She just said she ain't gonna accept it. And she's already locked off her children. So what are they clapping for? Are they clapping for the fact that she's not being violent towards her daughters for dating blacks? She just ignores them. So, yeah, do you know what? I could live with that. Fucking hell.
It's time to bring out your daughter Ashley and her boyfriend John. So please
She's
welcome
not
Ashley
saying
and John. Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Hi, John.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Do you think your mum is racist, Ashley?
She is racist. There's no doubt. People don't think like this if they're not racist.
Hi, John. What does she say to you about John?
She thinks it's just not right that I'm with him. She doesn't see how I could go to bed with him. She just thinks it's disgusting laying to, a black man. Like when we were flying down here, a black man sat next to her on the plane. She got up and moved.
Did you really?
He had body odor. Did I not tell you that?
She says that. But you know what? And
That's the excuse to move.
It was not.
But you haven't even given him a chance from day one. You've never invited us over for a meal. I mean, you don't even talk to him. It's short and sweet when you come over. You're nice to his face, but then you tell me that you don't want me and him together. I need to find me a white guy, and he works. He takes care of me and my kids. What's the problem?
John, have you picked up on any of this from the word go?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Stuck in the 50s. Need to grow up. I mean, shouldn't have anything to say about me because she don't know me, and...
You've never sat down and had a conversation with John?
No.
She shows up and I'm there. Oh, hi, how you doing? Like, like she don't talk about me, and I know she talks about me.
We don't even have a relationship anymore. We don't talk anymore. It's nothing.
Are very distant.
She says I put him first, but when her boyfriends come in town, don't call me, don't text me. I don't have time for this. Don't come by the house. But whenever I'm with him, you put John first, and it's just crazy.
No, the only reason I say don't call me or come by, I kind of want to get to meet a new guy before I introduce my family, because I am out there in the dating world, trying to meet that one. But
what if that one's a black one?
It's not going to be.
No,
it's not.
Don't you want to get to know the man who may end up being in your daughter's life for many, many years? Don't you think, I know as a mom, I'm sitting there, I'm talking to my daughter's boyfriends.
I do want to get to know John.
Why don't you say the stuff you just say to her, to me?
Because I never see you, John.
You know where I live at.
You know what? When I've been to Ashley's before, sometimes you take off to the bedroom or you're outside, and I'm not going to go chase your ass.
You know why? I go in the room because I know what you say about me. I don't want to have nothing to do with you.
What does she say about you?
Oh, why are you with him? Why are you laying in the bed with him? How could you be with a black man? I'll die by myself. I'll die alone before I date a black guy.
Really? Does she say that? Really, Ashley? She said she'd die alone.
She said she'd be single the rest of her life before she dates a black man.
Really?
And that's my prerogative if that's what I want, if that's what I choose, I mean,
breaking their family.
Where's your white man at then?
honestly, I kick his butt to the curb.
I said right at the beginning of the show, you sound like you were very close when you were growing.
Yo, just to say, you're allowed to have a preference. That is not the issue. Genuinely. If you're white and you only date white, cool. If you're black and you only date black, cool. You're allowed to have a preference. If you only go for the BBWs, cool. You're allowed to have a preference. It's when you start showing contempt at even the consideration of something else. That's when it starts becoming like when you try and set your friend up with a BBW and like you talk her up and he's like, yeah. And then he sees a picture of a chubbier girl. He's like, ugh. That's offensive, bro. That's you being a dickhead, bro. Do you know what I mean? But just having a preference, you're allowed to have preferences. We're all allowed. We're not forcing you to date everyone. But just don't be disgusted at the prospect.
Up. Are you saying you don't have that relationship anymore, Ashley?
We don't have a relationship.
Do you hug? Do you talk? Do you do?
No.
No. The only time she said I love you is
It's
her
when someone's
boyfriend around.
her.
That's the only time she said.
No, someone's around you. That's the only time you tell me you love me.
Maybe it's the only time you
That's why I don't ever tell you I love you back, because you never say it unless someone's around.
Is that how you really feel?
It's the truth. She never just hugs me.
So what changed? What changed after that?
I don't know. I mean,
She
I
thinks
tell her.
act black, and I don't go around wearing do-rag or, his things around. I wear, like, headbands, and then she tells me I look like a cancer patient. And they're headbands, they're not do-rags. I wear his do-rag, but so? I wear basketball shorts, they're not his, they're mine. They're just
say they were
shorts.
his.
And then how am I looking black? How am I looking black? And I don't talk black. Because I keep seeing women who are with black men who try to act like they're black and talk black. I don't do that.
What I want to know is, what is acting black? What is talking black? What is that?
That's what do you mean by that?
She, to me, it's just rubbing off on her. She
What's
says she
rubbing
doesn't.
off? What's rubbing
Excuse
off?
you. She
What's
says
rubbing
she
off?
doesn't dress black. She does.
Can I ask you, is John dressed black now? I'm just trying to work out what that is.
No, but you don't usually see John dressed like this. And I'm not cutting John's attire. I mean, he always dresses nice. I have nothing bad to say about John. I'm just saying I wanted my daughters to grow up, with a white race.
But you're not just saying that,
And, they've made their choices. And
you're cutting them out.
And yes, I'm going to live with it. And I hope everything works out for them. I mean...
Yeah, but you're saying you don't have to like it.
I don't have to accept it, and I won't accept it.
Let's take a break, because I want to actually meet Cynthia. Okay. And when we come back, we'll meet Casey's pregnant daughter, Cynthia, and her fiancé, James. Stay tuned. We've been talking to Casey, her daughter Ashley, and Ashley's boyfriend John. Now, Casey openly admits she was pretty devastated and hurt that her two daughters are both dating black men. Her daughter Cynthia, who we're going to meet in a moment, is now 5 months pregnant with her fiancé James's baby. Now, Casey is mortified that there will now be black blood mixed in her family's bloodline, and she says she doesn't plan to be there for the birth of her grandchild. Well, Cynthia's upset that her mother won't even acknowledge her pregnancy. Let's hear Cynthia's story.
I want to be on this show because my baby's doing 2 months, and I want to know if my mother is going to be racist towards my child because of his skin color. My mom doesn't approve of James because she doesn't believe that me and my sister should be with black men. My mom deleted me from Facebook when she found out I was pregnant because she didn't want her friends to know that I was having a black baby.
I told James on the way up here, I said, I don't look forward to my mom holding my child for the first time because he's black.
It does bother me that she's going to treat this child different than my other kids because of his skin color. I know that the love and affection and attention she's given my child will be fake.
Please welcome Cynthia and her fiancé James.
Personally, anecdotal. First of all, I am going to say, I don't think she's going to change. Like, the way she's saying certain things, it's not a case of, like, she believes them. I can't see that changing for a good while. But that's not to say it's not possible. Like I said, my family were blatantly funky. But one thing I heard, one of the last conversations I had with anyone, was just after my uncle had died, and before he died, he'd looked her up. He was homeless and all that. He was one of them alcoholics you see in the parks and all that. He was one of them. Everyone was embarrassed by him and all that shit. But my aunt told me that when I was born, he would have been like a young youth and that, young tearaway and all that. He was actually obsessed with me. Not obsessed, but he would always make a beeline for me and would always be carrying me. I had no clue. Like, if you'd have seen him, you wouldn't have imagined that was possible. Like, it floored me hearing that. I was gutted. No one told me that before he died. They told me that afterwards. Whereas a week before, they're like, oh, he's at the door. Everyone be quiet, shut the door. Shh, shh. And then a week later, they're telling me, yeah, your uncle loved you, you know. Bro, so it is possible. It is possible, but with this particular case, I don't see it. And what's mad, again, talking about America and their nonsense culture war crap. Like in Florida, they're trying to, or I don't know if they passed it or not, but essentially a gay teacher is not allowed to acknowledge they are gay. I don't care what age. That is fucking ridiculous. That is so dumb. But set that aside, because they think just the presence of people being gay is somehow gonna, they love using this word, indoctrinate. They think the gay will rub off on them and it will turn all the kids gay. Yeah. But the point I was going to make is this wholesome Southern Baptist girl is clearly racist, clearly raised racist, hasn't had black within 50 miles of her in any kind of friendly capacity. So with that being said, and she raised her daughters, how is it possible her daughters like black? Wouldn't her racism just rub off onto them? So if they can like black, even though their own mum is racist, how can a teacher saying, yeah, I have a husband? How is that going to turn a child gay? America's so... You are hilarious. Hilarious, I tell you.
Hi, Cynthia. Hi, James.
Hey, Tricia.
Out of interest, James, what's your heritage?
I am black and Korean.
Black and Korean? And Cynthia, why are you here today?
I'm here. My baby's due in 2 months, and I don't look forward to my mom holding my child for the first time.
Why?
Because he's black.
Has she ever said anything to you about your partner, James, though?
If he was a white Abercrombie profile, then it would be okay. But because my fiance is black, it's not.
Do you find it even hard to look at your mum? Are you happy to see her?
I am happy to see Mom, but it does hurt. Like, she knows how I feel, you know. But it's not fair. Mm-hmm. It's not fair that I should have to feel like this. She's gonna love my baby no matter what. But at the same time, I do dread handing him to her.
How do you feel seeing your daughter so upset about something that should be a joyous occasion?
Well, I think Cynthia's going to be really surprised when I do see the baby, and she may not be handing the baby to me. I probably will be taking the baby from her. So I think she's going to be surprised.
Well, how do you and James get on?
James and I get along fine. We haven't ever had words. I mean...
Any words at all, or just words?
I mean, no. We haven't really... never had any harsh words.
James?
No, we've never had harsh words, you know, but that's just because we really don't talk. And, you know, that's partly because I know how she feels about all this. And, you know, for her not to accept my baby, our baby that we're bringing into this world, you know, because of his race, there's really no reason for us to talk. You know?
But James, do you think Casey's racist?
Yes, I believe so. I just don't think she thinks she's racist or she accepts that she's racist.
Let me ask you, has Casey ever said anything negative about you being with her daughter?
Not to me directly, but I could tell it's been said to, you know, my fiance, you know, just the way she gets
What
off
did she
the
say,
phone.
Casey? What did she say?
She doesn't directly say anything with me being with him. She, as far as it's more his skin color. It's not cute. There's nothing cute about it. I'll tell her, and I know I got a handsome man. I know, hands down, I got a good-looking man. And you know, we're almost 3 years strong, and I look at him every day and know that he's handsome. And I'll tell her, I'll say, he is so handsome. You know, in our maternity pictures we had taken, and well, I don't see nothing handsome about it. I just don't see.
I guess I just voiced my opinion.
Do you think any black men are good-looking?
No.
Denzel Washington.
I mean, they just have their own.
Obama's good looking.
I just think.
Oh, Barack Obama.
Well, you asked me that, but yeah, there's nice looking men out there, but would I go out with one? No.
No, I just asked if you thought they were good looking.
Yeah, there's nice looking men out there, and there's beautiful black women out there, but.
Are there any beautiful black men out there?
Handsome, maybe?
Yeah, handsome.
Yeah, there's handsome black men out there, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really look.
What makes you feel like you're too good to date a black man? Why are they so bad? Or why is it a black? Why can't it just be a
daughter?
normal
I don't even
person?
need to answer up to you.
You're breaking this family apart.
Okay,
No, I have to answer up to anybody.
No.
No, but we're here to find out why we can't just all live a normal, happy life as a family, and then you're acting like that.
This is what I gotta say.
Your mum sounds like she'd be cool holding the baby and being with the baby, and
of course it's an innocent child, but you can't look at this black man and not like him for his color, or look at this black man and not like him for his color, but hold my child. My child is black. How can you?
It's not just the color. It's not the color I'm talking about. And it's the culture. And I'm not saying
I don't understand the culture, because here's the thing. I have met so many black people on this show and in my job, and they're all different. And my culture is completely different, say, to maybe your culture or your culture. Black British culture is something different. Black Russian culture, there are black people all over the world. As a kid, I was in East Africa. I couldn't understand the Africans. Their culture was so different to mine. There is no black culture. I don't get it. Are you two married? No.
No.
You planning on getting married?
Yes, ma'am.
When? Oh.
Next month.
When?
Next month.
Next month. Oh, you knew that? Casey, did you know that?
No.
Next month. So would you go to the wedding?
if I can get away.
If she can get away, but she can make time to go on a cruise. She can make time to go on a week.
Yeah, but you know what? I
cruise.
do this 3 or 4 months in advance, John. Sometimes when I take a vacation. So
This show right here wasn't 3 months in advance.
yeah, and you know what? No.
So, would you still get married even if your mum can't make room in her diary for it?
I would try to plan around if Mom could come in a certain month, and you know, I believe that she would, because, but if for some reason, let me check my calendar, and it was getting closer and closer, and I still got no positive answer, air flights, I would go ahead and proceed with getting married.
She should have plenty of time though. She ain't had no man.
You know what? You just got some issues, boy.
Oh, you hang on. You don't call him boy.
Oh, big boy.
No. Now, if we offered for you to spend a whole day and a night with these two young men to get to know them, to really sit down and get to know them, especially if they're in your grandchildren's lives and your daughter's lives, is that something? If we could arrange that and nice accommodation and everything else, is that something you would want to do?
I would be agreeable to do that with him.
You would? Okay. And gentlemen, I should ask you, would you be willing to do that?
I mean, I'm willing to do it. I mean, that's the whole reason we're here, to try to bring us all together, you know? Find a common ground.
And John?
I have no problem with it.
No problem with it?
No problem with it at all.
Okay. We'll plan to
think I'm gonna cry. I mean, is it a coincidence that even though I know my family, I don't know my family? Is it a coincidence? Oh, that was hilarious. You see how she asked the mum first, because she knew the guys would say yes, because historically, the blacks are quite forgiving. I know there's a big fear of if black people get too much power, they're gonna do. No. It wouldn't happen. The guy who owns the whip might get hurt, but everyone else will be fine. South Africa. Nelson Mandela. Let's carry on, man.
Today on Tricia. Welcome back. This is Cynthia and her husband Tony. Now, Cynthia's here because her son Marcus, who is biracial, thinks that all black men are lazy and drug addicts. Cynthia says since Marcus was 12, he's identified himself as a white man. Cynthia claims that Marcus's hatred of black men has caused him to lash out at her with racial slurs and verbal attacks because she's only ever dated black men. So listen to how this young man views himself, his mother, and the men she's chosen to love.
My name is Marcus, and I'm here today because I do not like black people. They're always out to rob. They're never trying to get a job. They're just out looking for someone to make quick money, and they have that smell to them that I do not like. One of the biggest reasons why I don't like black people is because they're abusive. They treated my mom like crap. I've had to chase a black guy out of my house before with a knife for abusing my mom. She's always dated black guys, no one else, and I hated every single one of them. I hate that my mother married a black guy. I don't see how she could go and marry a black guy when she can either go marry a white guy or just be single. I see myself as a white guy. I've been raised by white people, I hang out with white people, and I've never been done wrong by white people. Sometimes my friends call me the N-word to aggravate me and get under my skin. That doesn't even apply to me. I'm a white male, period.
Wow. So, Cynthia, how does it feel hearing your son say that out loud?
It hurts.
So what does he say about black people?
He says they're losers, they're lazy, they're drug addicts.
Did you raise him?
No, my parents raised him.
What was the reason for that?
I was an addict at the time, and I asked my mother to raise my children.
Right.
So I wouldn't have them in the streets, and they wouldn't go to social service.
My
My stepfather
stepfather
was part of raising Marcus,
just
and
in
he
that
was
sentence.
racist, and he was abusive. He verbally abused Marcus, calling him the N-word.
And yet I understand he has a tattoo of this man's name on him.
Yeah, he came home, I don't know how long ago it was, but it was a while back, and he's showing off the tattoo with this man's name on him.
Now, you're married to Tony at the moment. Tony,
Yes.
how do you get on with him? How do you get on with Marcus?
Well, we really don't have much of a relationship, really, you know, because, you know, he's a little bit standoffish.
Is he living with you? Is Marcus living
Well, all
with
of us live together, but we stay with
my mother.
With her mom.
So let me go back to your problems with drugs. Do you think that's what's affected Marcus?
Yes. I've been clean 8 years. But I believe that Marcus is angry.
Do you think he's angry with you for having abusive men in your life who've happened to be black?
Yes.
So what kind of relationship do you have with Marcus at the moment?
I have no relationship with my son.
Have you ever dated a white man?
No.
You're
All right. I'm not forgiving him, but it's obvious. This whole mum complex people have. he obviously wanted his mum. His mum didn't want him, per se. That's how he would have perceived it or whatever. But still, he couldn't blame his fucking mum. So he blames all the guys she's with. They're the reason she ended up so fucked. Ergo, he ended up so fucked.
Reason for that, or do you have?
I have a reason. I just like men of color. That's my preference, and it always has been.
Okay. How does it make you feel to hear Marcus call himself a white man?
It hurts. I don't understand why. I used to tell Marcus that, you know, you have both. You have the best of both worlds. You have the black side and you have the white side. But Marcus does not want to acknowledge his black side at all. I mean, he calls me a lover.
Wow.
He calls my husband, tell him I'm married to that sorry. I just don't understand.
What do you want to change today? What would you like to change today?
Well, it'd be two things. First thing, I would love to have a relationship with my son. That's the most important thing to me.
You're gonna have to
I
own
work
it
really
then.
hard to be where I'm at now. And I'm ready to have a relationship with my son.
Let's meet him. Let's meet him and hear from him. Let's welcome
Hopefully she
Marcus.
sounds like she knows she's got to own it.
Let's welcome Marcus.
Hi, Marcus.
Hi, Marcus.
How are you?
Did he not acknowledge his mum?
Thank you. Is everything your mum said true? Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
What do you think of the men she's dated so far?
I swear it looked like he used his black ass to slap past his mum. Cheeky fucker.
Trash.
Trash. What do you think of black men in general?
To me, in my eyes, from what I've seen and grew up around, just trash, lazy, don't want to do anything, just want to use people, rob, steal.
And what
Like, I
happens?
can't even leave a bike in my front yard without them walking by thinking they want to steal it. Me and my buddies walk past the house with a bike. We don't think twice about taking it.
And your buddies are what colour?
White.
Now, your granddad brought you up.
Yeah.
And what kind of man did you say he was?
Abusive towards me.
You knew that, right?
I didn't know that.
Did he ever call you the N-word?
Yeah, he has.
And that's okay?
I mean, it's not okay, but it's just this man's been over backwards to raise me.
Do
Do
you-
everything they could to give me what I have.
And they were white?
Yeah,
And do you feel your mum abandoned you?
somewhat, yeah. Well, she abandoned me for black men that had the drugs and the money to take care of her habit.
And what about Tony sitting next to you? Does he fall into that same category?
Since I've met Tony, he's a sorry guy. You know what I mean? I've never seen him done it wrong. I've never seen him put her hands on her.
And you identify yourself as what colour?
White.
But you're not, you're biracial.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But you think of yourself as white.
Yeah,
Does your own skin colour bother you?
a little bit, yeah.
How do you wish you were?
Wish I was white.
Would you ever date a black girl?
Probably not.
Have you met any black girls? Do you have any black friends?
Not really, no.
Ever met any black women?
Yeah, I've met some.
Ghetto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably cut me or something.
Really?
Yeah.
So you haven't had any positive black male role models?
Never.
What do you want to say to your son today?
Oh, Marcus, I love you, and I want a relationship with you. But I don't like to be called every time you get mad at me. I'm a lover, and my.
She's enjoying saying that. Fuck's sake. This is one of them, they're both fucked. She's saying, oh, I want a relationship with you, but she's not saying the shit she's meant to say, which is, I am the reason you hate black people. I am sorry. I fucked up. I should have raised you. I should have picked you over drugs, etc., etc. But she can't see that. All she sees is the result, not the cause. Do you know what I mean? They're two separate things. You can raise someone to be a violent nutter, and that person can eventually kill someone. That person requires to go to prison, but you are required to admit culpability. This clearly hasn't come from nowhere. It's come from you. The first thing out of your mouth should be, I'm sorry, I caused this, you know? Separately, him, weird, isn't it? He's quite a pretty motherfucker, and he don't like his own skin tone. Fuck. Xenocentrist. That is what a xenocentrist is. This is a pure xenocentrist. Wow, he is so lost. He is so lost. I got no sympathy for him though. He's a fucking grown man. He's got eyes. He was 12 years old. Even at 12 years old, like, your eyes work. He doesn't have to be like this. He's just chosen the easy way to make life easier for himself. Dickhead.
My husband, because Tony has never done anything wrong. And matter of fact, you don't know this, Marcus, but that man takes up for you. He does that all the time. Well, look, we got to look out for Marcus too. Even if like he's not home and my daughter will come and ask for something.
Wow.
And
you didn't know that?
No.
Anything you want to say to Tony for doing that?
From what I've seen since they've been together, he's been an alright guy. Definitely not like the ones I've seen her date.
Can I introduce you to another couple not like the ones you've seen? In our audience, we've got James and John, if you'd stand up. James, what do you do?
I'm actually a small business owner. I own 2 bars in my town.
His pregnant fiancée is sitting next to him. That's Cynthia. Do they kind of break your stereotype? Anything you can say to Marcus to change his mind, either of you? Because you're going to have a biracial baby yourselves.
Right. I mean, when you close the door on yourself or to any race, you're closing the door to a lot of opportunities. I mean, you don't hate yourself for being you. I mean, be comfortable in your own skin. Embrace it.
He looks like that actor.
So, how do you feel?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure there are out there that, do right, take care of their kids and do all that. But from what I've seen, from what I was raised around, I haven't seen it.
Do you have a close relationship with your father?
No.
Would it be fair to say that if your mother had got with it doesn't matter, whatever race you saw her be mistreated by, whatever race profile of the man who rejected you, you would have hatred in your heart for whatever race that is. It just happens that it happens to be black.
Yeah, I guess it's that way.
Partly, society also adds weight to it, though.
I've got a 23-year-old
he's just
daughter.
listing all the stereotypes.
And I have a 19-year-old daughter. Both of them are biracial. They have Italian heritage. They have West Indian heritage. And I would like to think that young people who are multiracial or biracial are the future of this world.
Yeah, because they're getting rid of the dumb labels.
But I hear what you're saying. Where you live and from your experiences, that's the way it is. Would this man sitting next to you change your mind?
Maybe. I mean, he's a good guy.
I think he's probably the closest thing you've got to a dad.
Yeah, he is.
So you want to get him?
Does your competitor get more traffic than you do? Use traffic analytics by SEMrush. Compare your webpage to your rivals. Reveal their online marketing strategies in detail. Discover the sources that will boost your traffic. SEMrush, turning data into ideas.
I mean, I appreciate that.
Is he allowed to hug you or you don't hug?
When she said that to him, he immediately turned to the right and fucking smiled. He lit up at the prospect of having a dad. It's all her. It's all because of her. Again, it doesn't excuse his behaviour. He's a nasty prick. But it's all her. It's all because of her. Bless her. Prick.
Men don't hug or black men don't hug.
It's not like that. It's not like I'm not going to touch him or anything.
So can he give you a hug?
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, and what maybe you really need to be doing is maybe sitting down. I think you saw some pretty horrible things as a kid, and you went through some tough times, and maybe some kind of talking therapy, some kind of counselling. No shame in that. Maybe you could try that before you make up your mind about any races. Do you two ever hug?
No. Never
Why
hugged
not?
my son, baby, once in my life.
Why?
I'm ashamed of what I've done. I try to make it right, but it just seems like he keeps punishing me for that. Just like I told your producer earlier, I would give anything, I would give up anything to have a relationship with my son.
Does that not mean anything to you?
It does.
Would you allow her to hug you?
Yeah.
So you can make the first move.
I love you.
That felt good, huh?
I'm still keeping it gangster, yo.
We'll be right back. Next, where are our guests now? The unbelievable update.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
I'll let you down, gorgeous. I realised I adopted her. I needed Gambe to have a friend.
Family race war.
After about 3 or 4 weeks, I realised, wow.
Today on Tricia. Welcome
No one
back.
said nothing
We
to me.
wanted to give you updates on the
funky when she
stories that
gets up.
appeared on today's episode. And as always, we waited until the last minute before this show aired to get you the most accurate information. So, here is today's Tricia air date update. Cynthia and James said they will not be inviting Casey to their wedding or the birth of their baby. Ashley and John remain estranged from Casey as well. Cynthia says after the show, Marcus hugged her and told her he loved her, something he hadn't done in years. Marcus and Cynthia have both agreed to go to family counselling. We'll be right back.
Told you, bro. Told you.
Family race war.
Why don't you say the stuff that you say to her, to me?
Today on Tricia. I want to thank you for joining me for a very special program. Now stay tuned, because somewhere down the line we are going to meet up with Casey, John and James again and see how you get on, all spending that time together. See if we can't turn your hatred around.
Yes, Tricia. My girl, Tricia. Oh, I'm glad I picked that episode. See, that guy is crap, but he just wants his mum. And everything revolves around her. But even the thought of having a dad, as soon as Tricia said, I don't think he expected that. As soon as she said, he's the closest thing to your dad, he suddenly like... And then he tried to hold himself back. Nah, I ain't gonna hug him. He can hug me though. Oh, he's hilarious. All right, next time. Yo, Tricia again. Tricia. Did she leave England or did we kick her out? I don't know why her program stopped. Is it because she just bust out? And then Jeremy Kyle come in. Paint and me. Next time.